On July 31st, 2022, officers of the Strongville Police Department were dispatched to the intersection of Progress Drive and Almeida Drive for a motor vehicle crash involving one vehicle that had struck a building. Upon the officers' arrival, we located a black Toyota Camry with severe damage and full airbag deployments on the property of Almeida Drive. 3 occupants were inside, 1 juvenile, female, and 2 adult males. They were unconscious, not breathing, and trapped inside the vehicle. The Strongville Fire and Emergency Medical Services arrived on scene and extricated the occupants. Metro Life Flight was contacted, arrived on the scene, and transported the juvenile female to Metro Health Hospital. The county medical examiner's office was contacted, and the coroner's office arrived on scene for the deceased males. Notifications were made to all families involved. Center Towing was called and towed the vehicle involved. This is an ongoing investigation. Detective Bureau to follow up this report. The initial report confirms that McKenzie Shirilla, at the time a juvenile, Davian Flanagan, and Dom Russo were involved in a car accident caused by McKenzie, who has been known to have some wild outbursts and reactions to things that don't quite go her way. It seems McKenzie crashed her car intentionally, which led to her going to prison since the 2 people in the vehicle had passed away. McKenzie was charged with aggravated murder, and aggravated homicide by vehicle. Shirilla was driving at 100 miles per hour intentionally and slammed the Toyota Camry into a building without braking. She is expected to serve a life sentence in prison, but that hasn't stopped her from having an online presence and possibly gaining money from her crimes in infamy. It is important to not let murderers continue to victimize the victims and their families by monetary gain from their crimes. The text messages between Dom and Shirilla were over 30,000 pages long, something I plan to read and eventually go over, just to show what type of personality Shirilla had. But to be fair, there were plenty of Snapchats and TikToks away from Dom that probably prove what kind of person Shirilla really was. The end of September 2022, detectives interviewed friend Angelo Russo, who is kin to one of the victims. Detectives ask, "How long have you known McKenzie?" Russo says, "Since she was in the 9th grade." Closer, in early years, Shirilla referred to Russo as Big Brother and expressed she has self-esteem issues and cheating issues. By 10th grade, there was breakup talk, suicide threats, and reports of the relationship falling away. Russo says he saw Shirilla as being selfish. Russo says Shirilla is very jealous with Dom and that Russo decided to distance himself from her. Russo described Shrilla's crazy side to the detective. Shirilla called Dom and said, "If you break up with me, I will kill myself." Russo said both Dom and Shirilla gave him this info. Russo has also said he blocked her on Snapchat and phone. Russo told detectives that Shirilla was on antidepressants since middle school and that her parents were feeding them to her, and she stopped taking them. Russo says that Dom and him are very close, and in July, there were multiple instances where Dom tried to break up with Shirilla. That's when an I-71 incident occurred where Shirilla hit Dom while he was driving, and it caused him to pull over to avoid crashing. Russo also says that before he left for Florida, Dom spoke about how he doesn't want Shirilla running his life and that she needs to get out of the house because she is out of control hitting him. Also said someone told him that she is a very bad emotional driver. Russo said that Dom told him she would make threats and is the type of person to follow through and would always ask for forgiveness. Now, Shirilla posted on Instagram in February of this year, And it says, "Thank you to those who see through the lies, and to those who take the time out of their day to form their own opinion as to the truth of what actually happened. I'm not perfect. I never will be, but I'm not guilty of murder." And that's where I am stopping because, yes, you are. And this isn't alleged. This is fact. You are guilty and you were found guilty of murder. And many have said you are batshit crazy and have made enough threats and will follow through. I'm just beginning to look into this girl's case, and I already see this is a spoiled brat who has never been told no. And now two people are dead as a result of that. Regardless of those boys' choices in life, she still ended theirs before it was meant to be their time. And I hear her mother is just a piece of work too, and a crap mom. I have to agree. She apparently helps run McKenzie's socials. And how did she not know her minor child was posing and dressing so provocatively online? How is she not aware of her daughter being around drugs? Or the fact that she's batshit crazy, always making threats? She's not a minor now, and she was of an age she knew right from wrong when she killed those two boys. She doesn't deserve to die, but she does deserve to serve life behind bars where she belongs. Stick with me further if you wish to see more from me about the Shirilla case and my opinions on it, as well as other cases. I do talk about other true crime cases, so please feel free to go to my channel, Killer Patterns Official on YouTube, and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video or post from me. I am also on other platforms, but YouTube is my main. If you go to my channel description, I do have a Linktree link, which will show all of my social accounts. In the meantime, please drop a comment and hit that like button. I'll see you guys in the next one.